Boston in 1822 officially became a city. It had been a town that is governed by a town meeting. All the adult men would gather and decide what was best for the town, choosing a board of selectmen to administer things when the town meeting was not in session. But by 1822, Boston was really too large to be governed effectively as a town, so it becomes a city with a mayor elected for a one-year term, and each ward in the city will elect 3 members of a common council and 1 member of a board of aldermen, an upper body. So we have a 2-house legislature for the city government and a mayor who will serve a one-year term. Boston's first mayor was Jonathan Phillips. He died. He had run against Josiah Quincy, eminent former congressman, the son of the partner of John Adams in the Boston Massacre trials. That Josiah Quincy had died in 1775, leaving behind a 3-year-old son, Josiah, and Josiah Quincy grew up and became a member of Congress, a vocal, vociferous opponent of the War of 1812, and then in 1823 was elected mayor of Boston, Boston's second mayor, and he would be reelected to a total of 6 terms, the most terms served by any mayor of Boston, and he is still called the Great Mayor, because it was during his administration that we began planning a public garden. A new marketplace was built near Faneuil Hall, officially called the Faneuil Hall Marketplace, as Quincy would not have wanted his name on a public building, but today it is of course known as Quincy Market. He also built a prison, a workhouse, and a home for the feeble-minded in South Boston, on the South Boston Peninsula annexed to the city in 1804. This area became known as Botany Bay, as Quincy took the problems of downtown Boston and moved them out to South Boston. And he also cleared out the vice in the West End. The West End had become kind of a nest of gambling houses and taverns, saloons, things that might be appealing to some, but not to Mayor Quincy, who would patrol the streets and clamped down on excessive noise. If you're a tavern owner, you might have someone playing the fiddle outside your tavern. There was a city ordinance against loud music in the streets. Quincy enforced it, and that put a stop to much of the vice. He also would personally write out citations to people who double-parked their carriages in front of the marketplace. Quincy was a hands-on mayor, a dynamo, earning the name the Great Mayor, and also earning the enmity of others in Boston. So in 1829 he was defeated for re-election by Harrison Gray Otis. And Quincy did not simply retire, he became president of Harvard, serving there for nearly 30 years, still the only mayor of Boston also to serve as president of Harvard. So since the Quincy family, each generation has a Josiah, they need ways of keeping them separated. Josiah Quincy's father was known as the Patriot. Our Josiah Quincy is known either as the mayor or the president. He has to be called the president because his son, Josiah Quincy, was elected mayor of Boston in the 1840s. And his son, Josiah W. Quincy, was elected mayor of Boston in the 1890s. But Josiah Quincy, still the great mayor of Boston.